Sexton and Hoyt for quite some time. That's such an interesting, and I'll get back to this in a second. First, let's get set for the compound bronze medal match, and this will be a good one. It'll be very interesting to see how the Korean Soo does in this match against Sara Lopez. Soo already with a gold medal in her pocket from this morning in the women's team competition. Back out there now representing Korea. Shooting for the bronze medal on target number 1, Soo, who earlier this week in the quarterfinals defeated Chen Yi-swan of Chinese Taipei by 2 points, and then dropped a 7-point decision to Sara Sonicson in the semifinal. Meanwhile, Sara Lopez got here with a 7-point win over Danielle Reynolds of the United States in the quarterfinals, and then Sara falling by just a single point to Andrea Marcos of Spain in the semifinals.
That match win percentage is quite insane. 82.6%.
You're impressed, huh?
Really impressed.
Yeah, 82%, almost 83%. She shot 92 matches, well, coming into Salt Lake City, and won 76 of them. And as we said before, 31 consecutive wins in match play in international competition, and that included 5 World Cup finals.
Yes. And her ranking round, I think this week's might have seen her in her lowest position in ranking for a while.
Let's see, this week Sara shot 692.
And was third.
Muy fuerte,
was third.
Muy
Yes.
estable, buen
Her
contacto.
career best is 710.
Buen contacto y buen ritmo. Vamos, muy fuerte.
Yikes.
Eso es 10.
Yikes!
I know, so that's 72 arrows, and you only missed 10.
You know, the thing about Sara, too, is we watched Soo shoot the 9 and fall behind.
Vamos.
You know, if she ends up in a bronze medal match, she approaches it, I think, the same way she would a gold medal match. It's not as though she's disappointed or this is some sort of consolation prize.
Muy bien. Eso es.
She takes this every bit as seriously.
Yeah, because she's not only representing her country, she's representing her sponsors. So, you know, she has to hold herself in the correct manner, regardless of how she's feeling.
But as you and I both know, we're all human beings, and that's easier said than done sometimes. And not a lot of athletes can come out, although I think she's fired up about the bronze medal she just won in mixed team. She's on a roll right now.
She is.
You know, the interesting thing is Soo did not shoot poorly.
No, she didn't. But Sara, she said she's fired up. She's just come off of a match. She knows what the field feels like, what the wind's doing. She is the current world record holder for the 15-arrow match with a maximum 150.
Soo is up against it today. Looking at the first 2 stages so far this season, at stage 1 it was Sarah Priels of Belgium taking the women's bronze medal, and then at stage 2 it was that young lady, Sara Lopez. So this is the 2nd straight stage she has found herself in the bronze medal match. She was successful on Coney Alty Beach and trying to emulate that success here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and you know, Sarah's now cemented her place in the finals at the end of the year, which is what she would have wanted to do.
Right now, she can pick up 18 more points, and she already was in great shape. Next time we get to the break between ends, we'll go over the standings in women's recurve, or excuse me, compound. We'll wait for tomorrow to do recurve.
Vamos, Sara. Muy fuerte.
But you're right, Sara Lopez, Sara Sonicson. In great shape as far as qualifying for the World Cup final in Rome.
And that'll be a beautiful city.
We will be entertained, yes.
And September, you could get anything weather-wise.
Muy bien. Eso es.
And 9 was just a blip on the radar screen, it appears. She's back in the center circle. Sara Lopez leading in this end, leading in the match by 3 at this point. Right on the line.
이게 나, 윤수야. 어? 지금
Sara,
Counts every bit as much as the next 10.
muy fuerte.
Indeed. You don't
Buen
get
contacto,
extra points for
buen
them being
ritmo.
in the
No,
middle.
Muy fuerte.
no style points.
Eso es. Muy bien.
Fortunately not.
We're impressed, but yeah,
Yeah.
it all counts about the same.
It does, and that's it's a good lead to have after N2, 3-point lead for Sarah.
¿Sí? Ah, bueno.
59-56. Sara Lopez with a 3-point lead. She opened up the match with a
윤수야, 지금
2-point
저쪽이
advantage, jumping out to that 2-point lead as she was perfect.
Es hermano interesante.
In the first end, she's been almost perfect. Of her first 6 shots, 5 of them have been in the center circle.
But that's the level we've come to expect from her.
And that she's come to expect from herself.
Sí, a ver, de esta.
And all great athletes are that way. I don't think anybody puts more demands on themselves, more pressure on themselves than a great athlete does. There's external pressure, there's no question about that. And she knows who she is and where she stands in the world of archery.
Yeah, and she's
But she still has to get up in the morning and go do the work.
she does, and I believe she's a medical student as well. So, you know, the added pressure of she probably doesn't train as often as she would like. But
Probably
hey,
not.
the rest of the world is glad of that.
Yeah, yeah. No, if I end up in the emergency room and Dr. Lopez is my doctor, I hope she was paying more attention to the medical books than she was to her bows and arrows.
Fuerte. Buen contacto y buen ritmo.
I'm sure she would.
Solo ritmo. Muy fuerte. Muy bien.
Yeah, if you're her patient, you want her shooting a 10 with you.
Definitely. But I think she's the sort of person that would be focused on whatever she does.
Gave back a point.
좋아.
Vamos. Muy fuerte. Buen
Sung
contacto y buen
Soo
ritmo.
hanging in there.
Muy bien, eso es.
And Lopez keeping her at bay.
다시 있게.
2-point lead. Final arrow of this 3rd end. 5 ends altogether.
다시.
Now there were an individual match play.
괜찮아.
Vamos. Igualita.
다음에 할게.
Fuerte,
괜찮아, 그
buen
정도.
contacto.
잘했어.
Buen ritmo.
네 목표는 19만 쏘면 돼.
Muy bien.
그래.
So a 9 by Sara, and as we said, an individual match play, 5 ends, 3 arrows per archer in each end. Total points for those 15 arrows determine our winner, and if we're tied after 5 ends, the match will be decided by a 1-arrow shoot-off. Now we talked about the compound women's standings coming into Salt Lake City. Sarah Sonicson of Denmark, whom we shall see momentarily,
뒤집어놓은 거 보니까
was on top of the standings with 46 points after getting the silver in Shanghai and the gold in Antalya. Sarah hanging in there after getting a bronze in Antalya and the gold in Shanghai. She's only 3 points back. Sarah Priels, Belgium, a little bit further back with 30 points. Then it's Tanya Jensen, of Denmark. Parisa Barachi of Iran. Toya Ellison still in the picture. And we'll have to see what happens from there.
Yeah, and I think Sarah Priels was knocked out in the quarters, so she'll have some good points to go on to there. And obviously, Sara Lopez and Sonicson are going to have good points to go on there. So those 3 will probably be pretty happy with their week's work.
Sarah Priels could have picked up, as well as Tanya Jensen, anywhere from 11 to 13 points.
Yeah.
Muy fuerte,
So even though they didn't reach the medal match, they did get something accomplished here this week by
Yeah.
picking up more World Cup points.
And although you do want to win or podium at these events, the goal is to make the finals.
Pretty special to get to that podium.
Definitely.
Vamos, Sara. Muy fuerte.
Sung Young Soo here in the 4th end with a pair of 10s.
Fuerte.
Trying to mount a comeback.
Muy bien,
Lopez
eso es.
again,
연결해. 똑같이.
keeping her at arm's length. But knowing that just one shot that's a little bit off would open the door for Sung Young Soo.
And she's hung in well.
Very well.
Sara. muy fuerte,
10-10-10.
오케이.
muy estable y buen ritmo.
Lopez could do the same
Buen ritmo.
and does the same.
상대편 신경 쓰지 마. 하면 지금 잘하고
Impressive shooting by both
있어. 필요
ladies.
없어?
Mira, pero sigue
Right now,
tomando.
when you look at the difference in this match, a little bit of a slow start for Sung Young Soo. She had 2 nines in each of the first 2 ends, but she's really picked it up in the third and the fourth. And as a result, has been able to stay with Sara.
Yeah,
Aquí está
I do feel
ejemplificado.
2-point lead with 1 end to go for Sara.
Is it safe? Can you say it's safe?
You can never say it's safe, but you would rather be in that position, I think.
Given the choice, yes. Given the choice. Sung Young Soo, just 21 years of age, ranked 18th in the world a year ago, now 58th in the world, but had a good week here in Salt Lake City, obviously. Young lady who has just 1 World Cup medal to her credit so far, trying to pick up her second one. Her first one was a team gold medal earlier this season on the World Cup circuit.
9시
I think she
하나만
picked up another one this morning.
And then she did pick up another one this morning. You're right, I stand corrected. So this would be her third.
It's a tall order.
It would be her first individual. And I know some archers specialize in shooting with teams, but you like to get that individual medal yourself, don't you?
You do. Team runs are fun, and it's good that you can be there with your teammates and enjoy shooting together. But to actually get an individual medal, it's you against one other person, and that's it. It's all your responsibility.
바람 강하다.
Mano a mano,
바람 강해.
or woman to woman, as we have the case here. And we've got ourselves a match.
Sara,
This is fun.
muy fuerte. Buen contacto y buen
Sung
ritmo.
Young Soo is
Muy
not
fuerte.
going away.
Fuerte. Muy bien, muy bien.
Oh, and now we're down to 1 point.
The plot doth thicken. It's a 1-point lead, 126-125 here in the 5th and possibly deciding end. Can Sung Young Soo come back?
5, 4, 3.
Full draw for a long time, but
Made it count.
Vamos, muy fuerte, estable, buen contacto, buen ritmo. Eso es.
and Sara
muy
didn't
bien.
hesitate at all. As soon as her opponent had finished shooting, she was almost at full draw.
She likes to be quick in her shot, so you can upset her rhythm a little bit by taking your time, because she's one of the.
그렇지! 나이스!
So Sara needs a 10 to win this gold medal.
Muy
Wow.
estable, buen contacto y buen ritmo. Buen ritmo.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Bien.
Yes.
What pressure? What pressure? Sara Lopez needed the 10, got the 10. She is the bronze medalist here in Salt Lake City.
Devuelvo.
And that was 6 consecutive 10s.
잘했어.
Estuvo
6
bueno.
consecutive 10s by Sung Young Soo, and in fact, out of her final 9 shots, 8 of them were in the center circle. She mounted a furious rally. In fact, let's say 9 of her last 10 shots. On her last 10 shots, only 1 was a 9, and it still wasn't enough to catch Sara Lopez. But what a shot! What a wonderful match.
Yeah. All the matches have been so close today, and that's great to see. It's great for
내가 생각하기에는
the
너무
spectators.
그지?
Keeps us on the edge of our seats.
섭외를
Dásele
It
quitar
kept
las
Sara
ganas de
Lopez on the edge of her seat, kept the pressure on her. And Sung Young Soo with a beautiful performance. Came up just a little bit short. She was down by 2 going into that end. Sara dropped a point when she shot a 9 on her first arrow at the final end, but then rallied with 2 straight 10s and wins by 1, 146 to 145.